The first spiritual trap we can think about, and these traps are designed to be spiritual, but they're preventing people from evolving in their own spiritual conquest. And the first spiritual trap is that toxic positivity crap. Think positively all the time. Just be positive. Just be positive. Oh, don't focus on the negative. Be positive. That's a trap. Because the greatest messages and wisdom you can find is through the negative. And when you find yourself focusing on the negative, we judge ourselves. I shouldn't be thinking about that. Oh, but let me just put it on the rug. Let me reshift. You're not allowing the negative and the shadow version of yourself to breathe, to bring a realization to who you truly are in totality. Do you think that you've descended from spirit reality to incarnate just to focus on positive things all the time? Do you think that was our spiritual journey? Or do you think that we have a more complex journey of exploration? So we have many people in these flow spiritual communities saying, don't say that, that's too negative, that's low vibration. You know what low vibration is? Actually, and I've always been so repetitive about this, but sometimes I have to repeat it because some people need to hear it again or other people need to hear it for the first time. Low frequency is like a slow vibration. So people say, I don't want to be in low frequency. That's low thoughts, negative thinking. You're actually slowing down and lowering your frequency in meditation. That's what peace is. It's slowing down things. And when you slow down frequency, you're more perceptive. You can see things broader, right? And just as a slow frequency is at peace, what do you think a high frequency is? It's fast. High frequency can be joy and excitement. Yeah, woo, right? But also that can be angst and anger. Oh, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? So it's still high frequency. That's high frequency. So this two-dimensional bullshit of only think positive thoughts, only positive. Don't focus on the negative. Don't focus on the negative. High vibration, low vibration is a trap. Because you'll never really understand the totality of your being and your soul evolution, where you've come from, the karma that you're carrying, and how to resolve it. Another trap that coincides with this toxic positivity is what I call the manifestation communities, the foam manifestation communities. Oh, just focus on what you want. Just say 555 affirmations and it will manifest. It's coming. It's on its way. All that crap. Don't work for it. Just, you're not thinking about it properly. You're not desiring correctly. So basically you have to keep practicing desire. You're not desiring enough, but then don't think about it, but keep affirming it. And it's mind Olympics. You know what I'm saying? It's a very torturous state to be in because you're always saying, I want it, but it's not here. I want it, it's not here, but I can't focus on it not being here because it's there, but it's not there. It's like, once more, do you think we've incarnated into this physical, very complex physical reality of life to just focus on what you want? And focus on what you need to manifest? No, it's not why we came here. We didn't come here to manifest a house. We didn't come here to manifest a relationship. We didn't come here to manifest a car. It's not why we came here. See, what real manifestation is a result of you being in alignment. When you're following your soul purpose, you're connected to spirit, your own spirit, your spirit guides. You're connected to your own trajectory in a sense and what's been predetermined, what's not predetermined, and you're in alignment to understanding this from the soul level. Well, then when you make your choices and you're in sync with that process, that's where things fall into place. It's all reflective that everything is aligned and connected. That's what manifestation really is. And so the manifestation communities keep people more focused on getting things instead of becoming who they need to become. I got to get this thing instead of becoming who I want to be. And that's a huge spiritual trap. And the only way to become who you want to be is that you have to purge the things that you were from your past incarnation that you're carrying. You have to expel and express all the negative shit out so then you can actually make space and make room for the stuff that you want to bring in that's empowering for you, or things that truly represent your soul expression. Both the toxic positivity shit and the manifestation communities are actually prevent you from truly expressing yourself on an honest, true level. Another spiritual trap is the healing communities. A lot of the issues with this is not so much as deliberately a trap, but more so about the ignorance of what healing is there for and what it really is. Because healing is actually allowing yourself to shed the layers of the shadow version, but recognizing it, but also recreating, redefining the newer version. That's what healing is. So many people are making so much money about praying and going to healers and laying hands on them and just hoping that this energy somehow is going to take away their pain. It's like, no, in order to take away the pain, you got to reconstruct the pattern that created the pain. Once we realize the karmic lesson, then we start to heal. We no longer are carrying that toxic energy anymore, and our behaviors change. Especially on the two-dimensional level, if you're eating like shit and wondering why you're having health problems, you should be healed into thinking that you understand about self-love and loving yourself and loving your body and appreciating yourself to eat better. Then you will be healed. Because you'll be changing the thought patterns that create the disarray to begin with. And I've seen people who've been healing for decades. I've been healing for 10 years. What does that even mean? You've been healing for 10 years. I've been healing for 5 years. Spending years and decades of healing just means that you're still stuck. A lot of these healing communities create these spiritual traps to keep you stuck into thinking that you're not doing the healing correctly. I'm like, healing is a result. Healing isn't a process that you obtain. It's a result of what you're doing that allows you to grow from the experiences that have been holding you back and depriving the soul. Big trap there. And another spiritual trap is religion. Religion is a huge spiritual trap that we're supposed to worship a deity, and we're not powerful, we are powerless, that there's this deity that's coming back to save the world, instead of us standing up and saving the world ourselves and contributing to our world. Those types of religions that are about structure, about God and that element, instead of understanding that God is within, those are a huge spiritual trap, because then we start judging ourselves again. We're less than, we don't have that power, and that we are constantly having to abide by these rules that don't come from love, but come from segregation. It's a very divisive energy, a very divisive nature when it comes to these controlled religions and so forth. The biggest spiritual trap. It's all the self-condemnation that comes from a lot of these religions. Anything that takes power away from self is bullshit. Anything that's giving power away to something else, or anything that's telling you you're not doing it correctly, is bullshit. Because true spirituality shows you the way. Say, oh no, but do this. Focus here. This is good too. Where you're at is good too, but add this. And you know what you're feeling is great. Feel what you're feeling. Let's ride through it, but let's now expand it. Right? It's this and that when it comes to spirituality, not this or that. It's not that you can't do this, you got to do this. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is all the above. And I have been on my spiritual conquest for decades, since I was a kid, actually, with learning, growing, experiencing, experimenting. The more I do grow, the more like everything just needs to be there. In the beginning phases, I was quite a little judgmental, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, you should be saying that. Now it's like, it all has to be there. All of it has a purpose. All of it has meaning. Everything we experience is a teacher. But we have to know where we stand in that evolution. Like, for example, if you're in a stage like I am of being objective and unaffected, I could watch horror movies, I could watch trash TV, and it not affect me. There's a time and place to understand the psychology and be entertained by that. But some people are in your walks of life, those things affect you too much. Some of you can't watch a horror movie, can't watch trash TV because you'll be affected by that. Then understand where you stand and don't participate in those things. Don't surround yourself with energy you can't deal with or that you're too affected by. That will help you to understand how to preserve yourself. And then the more you do, and the more you give time and emphasis to what you feel that you need for yourself, your perspective will broaden. You'll see things a lot better for yourself and within other people in time. And then you become more objective and unaffected. So once more, it's a constant state of evolution, not judgment. And we're all coming from somewhere, right? We're all coming from a certain place. We all have past lives and past incarnations that are not pretty. Because we all have a purpose. We have a divine purpose. In each of our incarnations, we all have a divine purpose. And we came to be on a specific path for our divine purpose to grow and to learn and expand. When you judge yourself, you get yourself out of that divine purpose and into a modality of thinking that someone else created to make a couple bucks from you. So it's time to embrace that now and understand that all that exists needs to exist. Everything exists but non-existence. So stop judging what exists and start finding your vibe. Start finding your own rhythm, no matter where it is. And it means that you're like me, where I like to dabble in so many different things because I can learn from so many different ideologies and philosophies and different groups. I love to learn because they're all part of creation. So if they're all part of creation, there's a significance for it in some level. So allow yourself to be more inclusive this way and learn from all these different aspects. You'll find the truth in the lies because there's a lot of truth wrapped in lies, but you'll be perceptive enough and your intuition and discernment will expand. And have a point of view that I want to learn. I want to broaden my point of view to this. Everything will work in your favor. And that's the true magic. That's the true essence of manifestation.